At Fowles Wine, we're passionate about getting close to the source of our food. So today we've come to the upper reaches of the Kiowa River, a couple of 100 kilometres north of the winery, and we're targeting brown and rainbow trout to match with our RU Game Sauvignon Blanc. And I've brought a little expert with me, Charlie May, who's a very passionate fly fisherwoman, and I'm going to be on spinners. We're going to go head to head. I've always liked spinning. For me, it's about getting food for the table, and it's a very effective fishing tool, so I'm sticking with spinners today, whereas Charlie will be on the fly.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe a little bit more into aesthetics than Matt is, but yeah, with fly fishing, it's really all about tying your own flies with natural and man-made fibres to imitate the insects that live around the rivers. Trout were actually introduced to Australia from Great Britain in the 1860s. So yeah, despite commonly held assumptions they were an introduced species, they've made their home really well here in some of the lakes and rivers of Victoria. So they're not native to Australia, they're voracious predators. So with that in mind, I'm actually very comfortable taking them out the river and taking a few for the pot, actually.
If you can, if you get them. We'll see you on the water.
I started fishing when I was 9 years old in England, so my father taught me how to fly fish. And since coming to Australia, I moved here 4 years ago, and it really has been a true pleasure getting to know the bush by walking through the river and catching these wonderful trout. Very, very different style from England, a lot more intrepid, and I kind of really enjoy the adventure.
I first got into fishing when I was 7 years old in Portland, but that was salt fishing. And then since then it's fleshed out into river fishing. You know, we're so lucky where we are in Victoria to have these mountain streams, alpine streams, full of trout, you know, in under 2 hours from the winery. So, you know, it's a really great way to get outdoors. So after a couple of hours in the stream, we actually dead heat, Charlie on the fly and me on the spinner, one fish apiece. They weren't big enough for our recipe today, so we've actually brought some fish with us that we've prepared in the ceviche. Now we're going to do a little recipe that's camp friendly. So very, very simple. It's a trout ceviche to match with our RU Game Sauvignon Blanc. So what we do is we're going to dice some shallots, some chilies, a little bit of coriander, the zest and juice of lime, and then we've got some grapeseed oil and some sugar to bring the balance to the dish, which of course is critical with food and wine matching. The intensity of wild meat is very different to commercial meat, and we're looking for a wine with intensity to match. And one of the special things we've done with our RU Game Sauvignon Blanc from 2014 is we blended a little bit of Arnaise, a little known variety from Italy, and it just makes for a wonderful match. How is it, Charlie?
The fish is absolutely delicious. And it goes exceptionally well with the Sauvignon Blanc. Very, very good.
A match made in heaven in heaven.
Pretty much.
Cheers.